How you doing, Nils?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Uh, Velvet Chains. How'd you come up with that name?
Yeah, I get asked that question a lot. Let me tell you. We when I started the band in 2018, we used to be a cover band.
Right.
And the whole point was just to play bars and clubs and have fun and have a few drinks while doing it, and that was it. And the music that we played was mostly 90s grunge, hard rock, 2000s. And I'm like, Velvet Revolver, Alice in Chains, we play these. Let's call it Velvet Chains. So that's how the name came about. Eventually, when we went with the original route during
Right.
COVID, we had it built a little bit of a following here in Vegas. So I'm like, hey, might as well keep the name and keep the fans. So that's it. Now, other members of my band may tell you a different story. They found a T-shirt one day that said Velvet Chains Fetish Club Amsterdam with a half-naked lady on it, and
Right.
they're like, yeah, we went to this fetish club in Amsterdam one day, but yeah, I'm calling their BS on that. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a real story.
Cool, cool, cool. You're talking about cover bands and stuff like that. I'm in New York, New Jersey area, and basically, when I go photograph original bands and stuff like that that have come to our area and stuff like that, club shows, not arenas. Okay,
Uh-huh.
club shows. It seems like um, cover bands draw more. You know,
Yeah.
it seems that way.
Yeah, and look, it goes with the territory, right? A lot of rock fans go are skew a little older, perhaps. I mean, kids today are really getting back into it. But once you, I've always said like once you hit 30, 35 probably or 25, I don't know. At a certain age, you kind of want to you stop listening to new music, right? And a lot of people are guilty of that. And look, it is what it is at the end of the day, but um so you when you go see a band, you almost want to hear the songs that you loved when you were 15, 18, 13, whatever it is. So I kind of explain it like that. But look, we've also had a ton of success with people that skew a little older, not just younger people. So I guess they also like new music. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my theory on it.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So the band started 2018.
Yeah, Craigslist ad 2018 original lineup, and then when COVID hit around 2020, all I was doing was, we couldn't rehearse, we couldn't do anything, so all I was doing was sitting on the couch, staring at the wall, and having whiskey. And I'm like, I could do this, or I could sit on the couch, stare at a piece of paper, write lyrics, and have whiskey. So I opted for option B and hooked up with a songwriter composer out of LA called Drew Lawrence, incredible guy, and we started writing songs and doing demos together. So at that point, I went to my band and I said, "I'm doing this original thing. You're in it or you're not." So the original lineup, they're all like, "Yeah, let's give this a shot," and that's how it all kind of started, the original route.
Cool, cool. So how's it going with that?
Yeah, I mean, since then, a lot of changes have happened, and we have a fresh new lineup, and it's not new anymore. We've been at it for a couple of years. But yeah, that's the original band members have, we parted ways and at different times. But I feel like now, because we were really a cover band, and that's all that we were supposed to be, and they weren't looking for something perhaps going the original route, because that's a lot of traveling and working with producers and a lot of time, and they all have jobs and so on. So of course. But the again, not new. We've been
Right.
together for a while now. But this iteration of the band is the iteration that's correct, and we are out there to we just broke top 40 Billboard. We're number 31 right now. We're number 34, 33 on Media Base. So with our latest single, second single, we've had charted in top 40. So I believe we are the right combination, and our shows just keep getting better and better. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Congratulations on that 31 on Billboard charts and stuff like that. Kevin sent over right away an ad. Make sure you get this in the interview. So he's doing his job. You
I
know.
appreciate you, and I appreciate him too. Thank you for mentioning that. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He only sent it to me yesterday. He says, "Make sure you get this in there." You know.
That's cool. He's the best. That guy's so great.
you know. So tell me, Icarus, was that your first album in
Yeah,
2021?
Icarus was the first album that we put together with the original lineup of the band, and that was more of a test. It was like a challenge. Like, can we put out an album? Like us, all musicians who've never done this professional rock band thing before, original rock band thing
Right.
before, right? So we put out Icarus. We didn't even have a producer on that thing. And we recorded at a local studio, worked with a couple of recording engineers and managed to put it all together. Eventually, and what's cool about that album is we did keep three songs, which we eventually re-recorded the lyrics on. Tattooed, which has a feature from Richard Fortus from Guns N' Roses, which blew my mind. That was the first single we ever dropped as a band, and we get Richard Fortus, a rhythm guitar player from Guns, which Guns is my favorite band of all time. So
Uh,
I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. And then we kept another song called Pass the Deceased. We had a feature from Mike Squires and Jeff Rouse, who these two guys are, from Duff McKagan's Loaded and also,
right,
GNR adjacent. And another song called Wasted, which we kept. We re-recorded the lyrics on those three. The other ones we eventually took down. And it's what a PR guy that we had worked with in the past told us. He's like, hey man, this Icarus album is probably the best demo record I've ever heard. And I'm like, because it's completely unproduced. And I'm like, thank you. Like I that's the feedback that I need. Like if I want to get
right,
anywhere, I need people. I don't want yes people around me. I want people to tell me how it really is. And
right,
he was nice because he's like, hey, Nirvana's record was very unproduced and they blew up, so maybe you blow up. But
right, yeah,
in truth, he was, being trying to be nice in the way he was saying, hey, this ain't going anywhere.
right,
But it helped pave the way, and it helped me to realize that, hey, we really needed to learn about this and find producers and be more professional. So yeah, we did take it down though because it does not represent who we are, but we kept those three songs, which are great songs.
cool, 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 cool. Now your new single, Dead Inside. Um, did you write that purposely to like a teaser for the album?
Yeah, no. So what we've been doing is we've been releasing singles since early last year or middle of last year. And what we're gonna do is we have a couple more singles to release, and then we're gonna group them all together, and then we're gonna add two or three songs that pretty much are ready to go that we won't release as singles, and group it all together into a new album around April, May, around that time, March maybe, 2025. But yeah, Dead Inside is just something that we've been known to be a little more ballady slash hard rock. And
Right.
Dead Inside, especially the track that had charted before, Stuck Against the Wall, that's more of a rock ballad, more like Stained kind of style. And what we did here was we said, look, we like Korn, Linkin Park, massive influences for me and also for the other guys in the band. And we said, once we found the right producer to work on that one, which is Mitch Marlowe out of Nashville, who we did that song with, we finally were able to kind of work on our new metal harder side. So I think that song people like it a lot because it's a little bit more active rock, and we got on Octane Test Drive, and that was very cool. So we're exploring our harder side a little bit. But
Uh,
yeah, that's I wouldn't call it a teaser, but it's more of the series of singles that we're doing that will end up grouped in an album. Yeah.
right, right. You talked about Linkin Park. What are your feelings about them coming back?
Look, I think that what they did was very smart in the sense that they went and they found a lady singer
Yeah, yeah,
instead of trying to find some other dude that sounds or looks like the guy. Like you just can't because it's a girl, not a guy.
right.
And when I heard that first song, it blew my mind. Like the hairs on my back were like standing. It was um, not that I have a lot of hair on my back, but it really blew my mind. Like I know some people don't dig it, and that's fine. Anybody can have their own opinion. It's okay. But I loved also the single, The Emptiness Machine, and the way that they chose to do that song, and how it's him singing, and then it's him singing, and then it's him singing, and at a point you're like, well, I don't think anybody's coming out here. Like I just think it's gonna be him. And then when she comes out in that song, it hits so hard at the right time. It has built that expectation. I loved what they did. I've always loved Linkin Park, but yeah, I respect them even more now for the way they just strategized this whole thing. So yeah, I can't wait to see them live when they hit Vegas.
Cool, cool, cool. So who's the Elvis fan in your band?
I think we all are, to be honest with you. Elvis is, look, we're a Vegas band, and you got to give it to Elvis. But that one was actually, so the idea was from Jim Kaufman out of LA, a producer that we work with. We went to him and we said, Jim, we've been trying to think about a cover song, a tribute song that we could do as a band and put it out there. And he's like, I got the perfect guy. And he's got a big ass poster of Elvis on his studio.
Uh,
And it was his idea. And, we had thought about so many songs, but we're a Vegas band. It just, the moment he said that song and Suspicious Minds,
right.
and the lyrics are kind of about relationships, and our lyrics are a lot about that. It just made so much sense. But I love that the way our song sounds. Not to say that we are so great or whatever. It's really not that. It's just it's that song, but it's hard rock.
Right. Yeah.
And it's I just enjoy playing that song live so much, and the audience loves that song when we play it. A little bit too much. I'm like, hey, how about giving us love for some other stuff we play? But I
Yeah.
know everybody remembers us for that, and then they get into the other stuff, so it works.
Cool. 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 So let's get into the new album that's coming in, maybe around March to 2025. Can you tell me anything about it? A title, songs, anything?
Yeah, so probably closer to April, May to I think at this stage with the holidays, it slowed us down a little bit. We don't have a title yet. It's gonna be probably half of stuff we've released already and half of new stuff. It's We're working on a song right now. Don't have an official title yet, but it's in the vein of Dead Inside. It's hard, even a little bit
Uh,
harder with those melodic choruses. It's who we are. We're ballady when it comes to the choruses and certain parts. But on the breakdown, it's a little different this time around, and we're trying something new. And your typical breakdown goes heavy, hard, but halftime, we're doing the opposite on this one.
right.
So it's going to give us, we needed a song that's going to give us room to rock out on stage, maybe a little mosh pit going on. It's going to get crazy. So that's the new. And then we have newer stuff that we're going to start working on in a couple of weeks. So we don't have all the songs yet, but it's going to be a mix of ballady stuff and heavier stuff. And again, half of it is already out there. The other half will be a pleasant surprise, I believe.
What was 10 tracks?
It will probably be around there, 9, 10 tracks, I think. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And what about it coming out on vinyl?
We'll do that. We haven't done vinyl just because of the inventory thing and the traveling with that. It's tough. We already travel with merch. To add vinyl, it's more space, and we use Ford Transits. Typically, we rent those, and we have limited space. But look, as we keep growing and more people keep asking for it, we're definitely going to do that for this album. It's already being discussed with our PR people, our management. So we just need to figure out when we're releasing it and put the order in. So yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Tell me a little bit about your merch so people could pick it up.
Yeah, it's pretty basic. Our merch is essentially our logo on a hoodie or on a hat or a beanie or a t-shirt. We're just so busy with music. We want to create really cool merch. We want to be like the Misfits one day and have our own kind
Yeah,
of guy, whatever, right? Or fiend or whatever it's called.
yeah.
Um, but it's simple. You can find it on our website. It's velvetchains.com. You can buy it there, or you can buy it at our shows. We typically have a little merch booth with us. So yeah, it's pretty simple stuff, but it's cool. People love it.
Cool, cool. So how do you like touring?
It's fun. A lot of people don't like it, but I think we do it the right way because we're not sleeping in vans and we're not, we're not going hungry. Like we
Right.
stay, everybody gets a bed. Most people share a bedroom. Sometimes we all share bedrooms, whatever it is, but everybody's getting a bed. We're staying in 2, 3 star places like your Hampton Inns, your Marriott, your Courtyards and things like that. So I know a lot of people hate it. And look, in the van, when we're out there driving, everybody's doing their own thing. Sometimes we're having conversations. Sometimes everybody's got headphones on doing their own thing. But we have a lot of fun actually, and we're doing it the right way. Everybody's getting enough sleep. We're eating at nice, not fancy places by any means, but we're having full meals and that. So I think we're doing it the right way. I think we can keep doing this for many, many years to come. And as we get it more and more popular, maybe we'll even have a jet one day. Who knows?
Good, 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 good. So what's your favorite fast food place?
Oh, that's funny because there's almost like a Junning Roke. That's a new one. Running joke with me because everywhere I go, I work out a lot and I always try to when we stay at a hotel, I'm always in the gym in the morning early and trying to do a lot of cardio and working out and all that stuff. So I also try to eat kind of healthy. It's
Uh,
not always. Sometimes I get that sweet tooth at night and it's all downhill from there. The
uh,
guys have seen me, like I'll be the healthiest guy until the one night that I'll have 3 burgers and 7 Snickers bars. Like it's insane. But
uh,
95% of the time, I'm like no carbs, high protein, blah, blah, blah. So all I do every time, and I love this about the Midwest and most of the US, you can find a Jimmy John's pretty much
uh,
everywhere within a mile or two. And I love it because I get my unwich, which is
uh,
essentially a wrap, but in lettuce. And
right.
there's no bread, there's nothing. And I'll eat 2, 3, 4, 5 of those a day and I'm good and it's super healthy. I'm not adding a ton of mayo in there or anything like that, but it's essentially eating a salad every meal.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Me, I just go all out. Whatever. I'm not a young guy, so I'm going to enjoy my life. I mean, I just turned 66.
Oh
So
wow, you don't look that. I would have never guessed, man. I was like early 50s or something.
yeah,
Wow.
I'm 66. So I'm enjoying myself. I retired, making money still. So
Nice.
you know, wait till you get to retirement. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
you'll be like the Stones still out there. You know,
I mean, and that's part of the reason that I try to take extra. If I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't on stages and things like that, I'd probably way more relaxed about this, right? But every now and then, like I'm the guy that's known to take his t-shirt off on stage,
uh-huh.
or I like to wear skinny jeans and like well-fitting stuff because it's part of the image, right? And we all take care of ourselves. Like the other guys will be at the gym, quite maybe not as crazy as me, but they'll definitely be at the hotel gyms and things like that and watching what they eat. But there's a reason to it, right? Again, if we weren't on stage, we'd probably all be a lot more chill about that kind of stuff. So it
Yeah,
serves a purpose. Yeah.
cool, cool. So what's your favorite part about being in music?
It's such an adventure, man. It's such a journey, and it's getting to live my childhood dreams, I suppose, right?
Right.
Getting to work with tour with a guy, and also have a feature from another guy in Guns N' Roses. Like for me, that's a dream, something I would have never imagined. They're like superheroes on on a wall on a poster, right? And now look what we're out there doing. So for me, it's the journey and just living my childhood dreams. It's mind blowing to me. Yeah.
Cool, cool. When you have like an autograph session and you see a big line, what goes through your mind, when you got people waiting just to get a picture or an autograph from you?
Yeah, no, it's just gratefulness, man. Like, look, it's such a cool thing, and that they essentially like the music we do, and we always try to be super approachable and friendly, and we'll talk to anyone, we'll take pictures with anyone, we'll give stuff to the kids want our wristbands, whatever it is. Here,
Right.
take it. We always take extra pics to give out. It's just gratefulness, and it's still hard to be like, really, they want a picture with me, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Because it's like I get it, like why they would want a picture with Rolling
Right.
Stones, but me. But no, it's we have some very devoted fans that get tattoos about our lyrics or our names or logo. And for me, it's just like, look, what can I say? I'm not here to ask them why they're doing it. I'm just here to say thank you so much for the support because it's incredible.
Cool, cool. And how can people get in touch with you? Do you do social media or no?
Yeah, no, we have the band page, so they can either on our Instagram band page. Every band member's Instagram is listed on the description, so you can reach out directly to us individually on our personal pages, or
Okay.
you can reach out to the band, and that's handled by management. So those typically get answered by management, but we always try to answer every message. Even they do, the agency does. But yeah, and we're on TikTok and YouTube and pretty much everywhere out there, Facebook and so on. But we always try real hard to make it a point to reply to everything. As we get more popular, it gets
Yeah.
harder for sure, and we miss stuff, and then we'll find stuff like a week or a month later, and we feel terrible because it's some super nice, and we're like, oh man, and by then sometimes it's too late. But
Yeah.
we always try to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So how's your family feel about you going into music and really making an impact now?
I have the most supportive wife in the world. She's all about it, and she just wants to see me happy. We've had this conversation, and thankfully we're in a good place in life financially, and we have other income streams and stuff, and that allow us to do things like this. So it's not about, oh, go play the shows and try to feed us. It's more about, hey, go do what makes you happy, and we'll be fine. And I have a little 7-year-old boy, and yeah, he loves it, and he wanted to hear the new music, so I'm showing him the new music we're working on, and then he's writing his own lyrics, and he
Wow.
wrote a song, and then half of the song is the Emptiness Machine because he loves that song, and he's like, hey daddy, by the way, I stole some words from that song, and I'm like, that's cool, do whatever you want, this is
Uh,
great, just have fun with it.
wow.
So yeah, no, they're very supportive, thankfully.
Cool.
I'm very lucky.
So what are your hopes for Christmas?
We're gonna head out to. So we live in Vegas, but we're gonna head out to San Diego, spend the holidays there, and enjoy that weather because it's incredibly nice out there. We were just in LA, and it's just t-shirt weather in the middle of
Uh,
winter. It's
yeah.
absolutely crazy. But no, her parents are in town, so we'll go. We'll do the Christmassy thing, and yeah, just have a good time, family time, right? Especially after being away for a couple of weeks, it's good to reconnect and have a little bit of time just with the family and really nobody else. Just very 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 refreshing to do that. And then I'm sure we'll go out again. So yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, Nels, it was great talking to you. Congratulations on Dead Inside and your success. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Oh yeah, no, just super grateful for everything. Every day I'm just wowed by how we keep climbing, be it up the charts or more streams or just people saying how much they love our stuff and meeting new fans. So super thankful to the fans, to the radio stations, to satellite radio, to everyone, to you also, because it's thanks to people like you that you help get our name out there. So super appreciative to you. And yeah, anytime ever need anything from us, please let us know, Brian. We,
Yeah,
anything.
that's why I asked. You just mentioned before because you mentioned picks. I'm a pick collector.
Yeah.
So like I'll go on one of your social medias and I'll give you my address and stuff like that. And if you got pics, I appreciate getting some.
I will love to send you pics. I can mail you some ASAP of mine, or I can try to get some from the other guys too.
Yeah, get them from everybody.
Okay, cool. Yeah, shoot